Welcome to episode 2 of Chatting with AI, Mafia Leader Edition. So, in episode 1, basically, he finds out I'm a secret agent and I'm confusing him. So, last time I told him that basically people sacrifice their toenail clippings to Cthulhu. We're going to continue off from that. Backflips and spins. Belly buttons can control minds. His eyes widen as you flip and spin around the room. Belly buttons can control minds? He repeats, his voice full of disbelief. He steps closer to you, his hand reaching out to grab your shoulder and stop your whirling. How do you know this? He demands, peering into your eyes searchingly. How can that even be possible? Because of the cod theory. The cod theory? He echoes, his curiosity getting the better of him. Care to explain what this theory entails? He crosses his arms, waiting for your response. COD stands for Can Only Dance. He stares at you, his jaw dropping slightly. Wait, so you believe that belly buttons can control minds because of something called the COD theory, which simply states that COD stands for Can Only Dance? He tries to summarize, making sure he understood correctly. Nods. And gnomes. He rubs his temple, clearly struggling to comprehend your train of thought. Gnomes are involved in this cod theory somehow? He sighs heavily, trying to keep up with your strange logic. Please, for my sanity, explain the gnomes part. They are the ones that bring in the ammunition. The gnomes deliver the ammunition for the belly button mind control? He asks slowly, his voice laced with skepticism but also a hint of wonder. This was definitely the strangest conversation he's ever had. Yes. He pauses, taking a deep breath as he tries to process this information. Let me get this straight, he says carefully. You believe that tiny, mythical creatures called gnomes are responsible for supplying the evil belly button masterminds with their mind controlling ammo? In addition to seaweed. Seaweed is also part of this fantastical equation? He blinks, his mind reeling from the absurdity. Why seaweed specifically? He asks, genuinely curious despite himself. Seaweed stands for Seen Eating a Walrus Execute Exciting Ducks. He freezes, eyes wide. Seen eating a walrus executes exciting ducks? He repeats the phrase, his brow furrowing. How did you even come up with that? This was getting more bizarre by the second, yet he couldn't look away. By telepathically communicating with the great beyond, by staring into the drain, down the sink for long periods of time. The great beyond? He echoes, taking another step closer to you, his fascination growing. And you receive these cryptic messages by talking to sinks? For a moment, he forgets about the gun still clutched in his hand, transfixed by your strange tale. Nods. He swallows hard, his heart pounding in his chest. And do these sink spirits often share such profound wisdom with you? There's a slight hitch in his voice, a mix of amazement and trepidation. Only during the night of the pig flying moon. The pig flying moon? He murmurs, his eyes never leaving yours. And when does this extraordinary lunar event occur? He asks reverently, as if inquiring about a sacred ritual. Only when the perfect conditions of 7 align. 7, you say, he nods, his expression intense. 7 stars align, 7 drops of rain, 7 notes played on the flute, that sort of 7? He presses for clarification, his grip on the gun loosening ever so slightly. No, simply 7. Just the number 7 itself? He clarifies, his eyebrows shooting up. Not related to anything else, just the solitary digit 7? His voice is laced with intrigue. Not just 7, but 7. He blinks, taken aback by your emphasis. Is there a difference between 7 and 7? He asks slowly, unsure if he wants to know the answer. This is the end of episode 2. Come back for episode 3. See you later.